Hello and welcome to the Hidden Gardens. My name is Amanda. I will show you around some of this beautiful space while I talk about the green infrastructure community engagement project. Gardens are open 6 days a week for free public access. After an independent impact evaluation that we commissioned back in 2015, we learned a lot about what we were doing well and what we could improve on from the people who live around about us and also those who visit the gardens already. Some people had never heard of us. Some people had heard of us but had never visited, or they didn't know how to find us. We had to do something about it to help us improve our accessibility and interpretation of the space. And so we set about creating a project to do just that. The aim of the project was to improve the sense of arrival to the gardens with better signage, audio and visual cues, planting and interpretation materials, so that more local people would find us, and once here, that they would not only be able to navigate the space, but they would also learn how to engage with the green space and discover nature for themselves in doing so. We also created beautiful interpretation panels here as well, with lovely pressed flowers created by our volunteers. We also renewed these visual cues and others, including a green line on the floor, which gives you an indication of how to get out space. Hopefully you can see that. A bit noisy now because there's lots of traffic. We're right on the street, and the whole idea was that at the public entrance to the Hidden Gardens that we should have a sign that really does shout out, "We're here." So this is our new sign, and I will show you one other sign. You can't see it from here, excuse all the noise, but down in the distance there you might be able to see this sign on the red brick wall. The further improvements include this fantastic green line that you can see, and it goes all the way into the gardens. And you can see even on wet days like this, people are still coming into the space. It's 4 o'clock on a wet and windy November day, and people are still enjoying the space, which is wonderful. There's a family just coming out of the gardens now. So I'm now under the pine trees, and hopefully you're picking up some of the lighting as the sun is going down in the background. But we can only show you a fraction on the video of all the things that we achieved. What else was done? We delivered 10 events to engage with local communities. A total of 50 activities were offered. We reached new audiences as well as visitors who began to repeat their visits. And we were able to evidence this because we carried out some independent evaluations. And we also were able to develop a new website and improvements to our plant life, particularly at the entrances. We've been able to offer a greater range of accessible information, including something we're very proud of, 2 new audio guides which can be downloaded via our website when you're in the space to hear the story behind the space as you walk around. And one of those audio guides is translated into Urdu. We also created some self-led pocket guides about information to do with birds, invertebrates and insects, which are getting used very well by participants and groups visits to the garden. And 150 unpaid volunteer opportunities were created. We met all of the intended outputs and outcomes of the project. One challenge we faced was to reach people with sensory impairments. We overcame this challenge by developing new working relationships with organisations including Deaf Blind Scotland. And as a result, we produced a first ever sensory tour of the Hidden Gardens, which is now offered and enjoyed by visitors. We wanted to come up with a way to make sure that local people and citizens of Glasgow always had a say and had an opportunity to share their voice and influence our strategic direction from now on. And so we set up a Hidden Gardens Advisory Group. The group now has 6 members who are all very active, and they have already elected 2 of their number to sit on the board of trustees for the charity. We've also experienced our contribution towards a culture shift, our engagement from local people, especially BME community, and we've developed new partnerships with local agencies but also national agencies. We've documented a number of engagement techniques, and we know from independent evaluation that we have empowered people to enjoy the outdoors, influence, own the development of the gardens, and offering a variety of approaches to engage, including art, science, participation, volunteering and nature. We also know that we've improved people's health and well-being as a result of participating in our offers. From an independent evaluation undertaken during the summer, here's a word cloud depicting the perceptions of 140 people. The bigger the word in this word cloud means the more people said it. So I hope you've enjoyed your little tour of the hidden gardens, and hopefully we'll see you here in the gardens very soon. Thank you. Green Infrastructure Community Engagement Fund. It's been great.